also the Deal One Lightning Sportsman will be on hand. Faith Funderburk Realty Superstocks will be with us. The Cawthon Motor Renegades will be with us. M&M Muffler and Tire Extreme 4 and the U.S. Bonding Vintage Cars will be with us. That's on August the 15th. August the 22nd. Sika Late Model Series will be right back in action again. All the best of the best will be there. That's the 22nd of August. The Deal One Auto Sale Lightning Sportsman will be on hand. The Faith Funderburk Realty Superstocks, Cawthon Motor Renegades, M&M Muffler and Tire Extreme 4, and the U.S. Bonding Vintage Cars. Rounding out the last week in August, bringing us up to close out the month of August here. Yes, they are. They're right back again on the 29th of August. Scratch this on the wall. Get your crayon. Write it down. The big boys again. The big block boys. The ground pounders himself. The limited late model series will be on hand again. The Deal One Auto Sale Lightning Sportsman will be there. Faith Funderburk Realty Superstocks. Cawthon Motor Renegades. M&M Muffler and Tire Extreme 4, and the U.S. Bonding Vintage Cars. That will bring us through to the end of August. A lot more racing all the way through the month of September and into the first few weeks in October. So we'll keep you up to date on Monday night's show, the Checkered Flag Report with the G-Man, and also next Thursday night with the Outlaw Country Music Racing Commentary Show with the G-Man on WMRG, Southeastern Motorsports Radio Network. All right, let's kind of jump up a little bit here. We want to talk a little bit about the points right here real quick, and then we'll get you right back to some country music. I know some folks that have been away for a little while. Schedule and results might have changed since the last time you've been to the Super Speedway here. But as far as in the points go, I will tell you right now, we have some great points battles here. We have some great racing going on. In the limited late models, let's start with them here. Out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, let's see here. Ben Watkins, he did take down the win. No, actually, we need to go into the points. I'm sorry, we went to the results. We need to go into the points. I apologize for that, race fans. We're trying to do 16 different things at one time here, and you know what? It just ain't working out. So let's drop back here again. Sika Late Model Series. In the top 5 spots here, we're going to give it a top 5 here right now. Out of Lancaster, South Carolina, driving the number 48 car. Timbo Mangum is leading the points right now with 198 points. In the second spot from Lancaster, South Carolina, this driver here is the gambler, known all around town, the soggy bottom man himself. He's with 179 points, 19 points out of the lead, Brandy Baker. And in the third spot, now this gentleman here in the third spot just took down his very first victory this past Saturday night at the Lawrence County Speedway. The T-Town sponsored machine. This driver is an up-and-coming young superstar. He battled his way for a championship last year. Folks, you can't take it away. You got to give credit where it's due, and you got to give the respect, because Lawrence County Speedway is a racetrack that is kind of, if you win there, you done good. But what they say here at Lancaster Speedway, if you're in the top 5 when you cross that start-finish line, that's like a victory at any other speedway. So in the third spot with 171 points, 27 points out of the lead, driver number 78 car from Lancaster, South Carolina, Hank Taylor. In the fourth spot, he's out of Fort Mill, South Carolina, with 168 points, 30 points out of the lead. He is driver number 14 car for Chris Fight. And in the fifth spot, from Clover, South Carolina, with 161 points, 37 points out of the lead, Travis Steele, driver number 5 car. All right, those are your top 5 in the Sika Late Model Series here. Let's move it on down now to the Limited Late Model Series here. This driver here finished third this past Saturday night. Great job, hard-fought battle to get in the top 3 this past Saturday night in the Limited Late Model Series from Lancaster, South Carolina, with 68 points. Now remember, folks, the Limited Late Models do not run every week at the Super Speedway. They run various tracks. They're on a program a little bit different from our normal schedule here. So in our points standings here at the Speedway, Timbo Mangum, driving number 48 car, leading the points with 68 points now. In the second spot, out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, 67 points, 1 point out of lead. Close battle right there, driver number 16M for Ben Watkins. In the third spot, this driver is out of Monroe, North Carolina, with 63 points, 5 points out of the lead. Did a great job this past Saturday night as well. Knows how to get around the speedway. David Yandel in the 03 car. And in the 4th spot, driver number 9 car out of Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. 58 points with 10 points out of lead, Billy Lambert. And in the 5th spot, this driver, again, did well Saturday night at the Super Speedway. He's out of Cleveland, North Carolina with 54 points, 14 points out of the lead, Jake Gibbons in the number 95 car. We're going to talk about the 6th place driver real quick here. From Chester, South Carolina with 54 points, 14 points out of lead. This driver here is definitely a well-seasoned veteran, knows how to get around, knows how to get the job done at the Super Speedway, but unfortunately ran into a misfortune with a hard contact hit out of turn number 4 this past Saturday night. Driver of the number 4 car, Mike Huey. Tough break for him, but like I say, he'll be right back again, I'm sure, on the 25th again with the Limited Late Model Series. And keep your eyes out because I think he's tasting victory pretty soon here. All right, moving on down now to the Faith Funderburk Realty Super Stocks. A great division here, folks. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have not ever seen the full-body race cars or not familiar with the Super Stocks, you've got to come down to the Lancaster Super Speedway and witness some of the best drivers you'll ever see in this division here. In the 1st spot, out of Lancaster, South Carolina, he's leading the points right now. 380 points, driver number 16 car, it'll be Brandy Baker. In the 2nd spot, out of Kershaw, South Carolina, with 334 points, 46 points out of lead, number 18 car for Matt Cawthon. In the 3rd spot, from Waxhaw, North Carolina, with 323 points, 57 points out of the lead. Now, again, this driver has struggled all year long. He has tried. He has come week after week, been through some hard times, crashed the car, wrecked the car, destroyed the car, came right back again, hard-fought battle. Keeping it in the top 3 spots here, Jason Gullidge from Waxhaw, driver number 12 car. Great job from Jason. In the 4th spot, from Indian Land, South Carolina, with 277 points, 103 points out of lead, this driver number 20 car, Johnny Starkey. Great job by Johnny. And in the 5th spot, from Lancaster, South Carolina, with 202 points, 178 points out of lead, from Lancaster, South Carolina, driver to 6B in the 05 car, Artie Burnell. Great job by him. The 6 and 7 spot right now with 170 points in the 6th spot from York, South Carolina, Brenton Hodges in the 77H. In the 7th spot in the 46 car from York, South Carolina, with 168 points, 212 out of lead, Andy Hodges. And going to jump down here to the 8th spot because this driver here is definitely due. He has been, in the last several weeks here, been really pushing the envelope, had his A game on. This driver will soon see victory. I can feel it. I can see it. So don't take away the credit. Give credit where it's due. Driver, the KD3 from Waxhaw, North Carolina, Kyle Norwood. Great job by those drivers right there. All right, let's move on down here to the Lightning Sportsman. Before we do that here, tonight's show is Underlined at the WMRG studios here with the Southeastern Motorsports Radio Network, the good folks at the U.S. Bonding Company. That's right, folks. Jim Camp and all the associates over there. The 1-800-BAILOUT, 1-800-BAILOUT. Folks, since 1979, these folks here have been putting people's feet back on the street. I guarantee. You know, bad things can happen to good people. Don't let it happen to you. Stay on top of it. If you have questions, maybe you know somebody that needs some legal advice, some bonding issues, some arrest warrant issues, whatever it may be, just some consultation here. Give them a call. Jim Camp and all the good associates over there out of the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area, 1-800-BAILOUT, 1-800-BAILOUT, 24/7, folks. 24/7. If you get nailed, they can bail you. That's what they say. If they nail you, they can bail you. All major credit cards accepted right over there at the U.S. Bonding Company. Jim Camp, also the primary sponsor for the U.S. Bonding vintage cars that run at the Lancaster Super Speedway. So give them a call. Great folks doing great things for good people. That's 1-800-BAILOUT, 1-800-BAILOUT, U.S. Bonding. All right, moving on down here to the Deal One Auto Lightning Sportsman. This is another division here, folks. I tell you right now, some of the best. Week after week, they bring their A game. And I mean, when they come to the Speedway, they don't play around. They come with their driving shoes on. They come ready to rock and roll, kick them tires, and light some fires. It's the Lightning Sportsman division here. In the points battle, in the first spot, out of Lancaster, South Carolina, driver of the 07 car with 398 points. It'll be Jeffrey the Red Rocket McGuirt. In the second spot from Indian Land, South Carolina with 361 points, 37 points out of the lead, driver of the 02 car. This driver has come a long way. He is pushing week after week. Another driver, keep your eyes on him. You may see him in victory lane sooner than you think. Be Mitchell Creech. And in the third spot, again, a top three. Great job by this driver here. Driver of the 16K from Lancaster, South Carolina with 353 points, 45 points out of lead. It's Brady Kurt. And in the fourth spot, now this driver last week, unfortunately here, several weeks back, took down a victory, came right back, hard charger, finishing in the top three and top five. But last week, mechanical issues, they put the brakes on that driver right here, the 29 car from Lancaster, South Carolina, Travis Payne. Hopefully we'll see him right back again this Saturday night here. Hopefully the motor issue, maybe it will get straightened out, maybe not, but it's a Knox Bailey built race car. Great people, great crew. Roger and all them boys over there will definitely be working on this race car to get Travis right back over there again. And don't be surprised if you see him soon back in victory lane. In the fifth spot, out of Lancaster, South Carolina with 328 points, 70 points out of the lead, the number 30 car for Kevin Blackwell. Great job in the top five cars there for the Lightning Sportsman, Deal One Auto Lightning Sportsman division over here. All right, moving on down now to the Cawthon Motor Renegades. This is another division right here, folks. I'm going to tell you right now, it just don't get any better. These guys here, I'm going to tell you, this is some of the best dadgum racing we have ever seen at the Lancaster Super Speedway. Action-packed all the time, bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel, door to door, high-flying, dirt-slinging, high, wide, and handsome. Cawthon Motor Renegades, folks, these boys know how to put a show on. So in the first spot, leading the points, he has got a huge lead over everybody. Driver from Lancaster, South Carolina with 427 points. It is Andrew Baker in that 16B. In the second spot from Fort Mill, South Carolina with 372 points, 55 points out of the lead. It's the gentleman himself, Mr. James Marion in that number 75 car. Now, last week, this driver was not at the Super Speedway. Some issues kept him away, mechanical issues again. He also has been up and down that roller coaster ride since the beginning of the season at Lancaster Super Speedway. He has had from good luck to bad luck to in between, you name it. If it could happen to this driver, it has happened in 2015. From Lancaster, South Carolina with 341 points, 86 points out of the lead. They call him the Burn 'em Down man, Steve Burn 'em Down Henson, number 10 car. And in the fourth spot, this driver here out of Case, South Carolina, he tries week after week. He's in the top five in the point standings. You can't take it away. Give credit where it's due. From South Carolina, it's 302 points, 125 points out of the lead. The K9 driver for Russell K. And in the fifth spot, this is a driver right here also who's been on that roller coaster ride from flat tires to blown motors to wreck, you name it. He has seen it. He's witnessed it. He's been a part of it. It has happened to him in 2015. He's out of Heath Springs, South Carolina, 251 points, 176 points from the lead. It is Robbie Helms. And in the sixth spot, we'll bring it down one more spot here from South Carolina, Lancaster, South Carolina, with 247 points, 180 points out of the lead. Kevin Blackwell in the 01 car. All right, let's move on down here now to the, let's see, what do we got here? The M&M Muffler and Tire Extreme 4. Well, race fans, this is another division right here. Again, week after week, these guys get out there, put on their dancing shoes. They do the best they can to give you your money's worth here at the Super Speedway. This driver here now with multiple 9+ victories. Driver number 12X out of Lancaster, South Carolina with 377 points. It'll be David Laney. And in the second spot, this driver also from Lancaster, South Carolina with 347 points, 30 points out of the lead. Driver number 5 car to 5R is it's Chris Baker. In the third spot, 00 car out of Camden, South Carolina with 337 points, 40 points out of the lead. This driver's coming on strong. Don't be surprised if you see him in victory lane real soon. He's a hard charger in the top 3 right here at the points. Moved up in the last couple of weeks. Driver of the 00 car for Chris Henson. In the fourth spot, from Lancaster, South Carolina with 334 points, 43 points out of the lead. Driver number 63 H car, it's Chris Hunter. And in the fifth spot with 200